children, welcome back to 8th social class. Children, we are in the topic lithosphere. With regard to that topic, we learn the structure of the earth like crust, mantle and core. In regard, there we learn in the mantle, we found the solid rock materials are found in the part of the mantle which are in a solid form or which was in the form of a solid that was considered as a rock. Then later on when we got the rock, we classified the rock as igneous rock, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rock. Right children? And I also told that the rock are the part which are inorganic substance and also consist of a lot of minerals and it made it as a rock. So as per the nature of that, we divided as a igneous rock, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rock. There we learned the type as a igneous rock which are also called as a primary rock, and these primary rock can be further divided as a intrusive rocks which are solidified inside the earth, so it was called as an intrusive rock. Example as granite, diorite and gabbro. Then extrusive igneous rock, the solidification of a rock which take place inside the earth. The example are basalt and andesite, and you can also see that these are the two types of a igneous rock or the primary rock. Then the next one is sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock is a alteration of a primary rock due to the natural agent called water, wind and ice. Because of these three natural agents, the primary rock turn into sedimentary rock. And then the third one is metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock is next alteration of a primary and secondary agent due to the heat as well as the pressure. Due to the heat as well from the pressure, primary or the secondary rock which turn to metamorphic rock. The example, granite becomes genesis and the limestone as a marble, coal as a graphite. Here these are the types of a rock we learned. Then moving on to the next topic, that was forces of the earth's crust. In the sense, children, we have seen the earth as crust, mantle and the core, right? Crust, core and mantle. The mantle comes in the middle and we can see the top layer of the earth is crust. So now we are going to refer the forces of the earth crust, means what are the changes that crust was going to see. First one is internal forces, means changes which occur inside the earth and which will affect the surface of the earth. I will repeat once again. Internal force refer to changes which occur inside the earth and which take changes on the surface of the earth. In the internal surface we refer volcanoes and earthquake, whereas external forces we refer weathering and denudation. So now I want to take up internal forces. In the internal forces, let's learn volcano. What is volcano? And due to the volcano, what are the changes we can get to see? See, I told you internal forces, it means that the changes which take place inside the earth, and result which comes in a surface. Means whatever changes take place inside the earth, that changes effect on the surface of the earth, that refer to internal forces. And in that first one is volcanoes. You heard what is a volcano, right? So volcano is a vent or a narrow opening of a crust through which magma emits from the interior of the earth. So here you can see. So volcano is a vent. Vent in the sense this part was called as a vent. In your textbook children, they are given the picture. right? What is a vent? So that you see in the textbook. So vent refer to this part, clearly at this part where if this is the earth, where vent in the sense narrow opening of the earth will open up, in the sense the earth will break. When it breaks, the gases or the magma which come out in form of a flame, that referred as a volcano. What is a volcano? Volcano is a vent or narrow opening. It is a narrow opening of a earth or the crust, because crust is upper layer or the top layer of the earth, right? So it is a narrow opening of the crust through which magma in the sense liquid material, semi-liquid material emit from the interior of the earth. So what was liquid, semi-liquid or gases which was there inside the earth, that will come in a narrow opening, that referred to volcano. Then which are the types of a volcano? Volcano can be divided as the active volcanoes, right? First one is the active volcano. Why it is called as a active volcano? The first type of a volcano is active volcanoes, right? Why it is called as an active volcano? Name itself suggests that, see, these volcanoes constantly erupt, in the sense, example, I want to tell, you are active in class. What does it mean? Active in the sense you are always conscious. You are conscious with what are the changes which take place in the class, right? You are active today, what was happened, what is happening, and you are also active what was happened next day, you are able to tell. That is the activeness, right? So here active volcano says that these volcanoes constantly erupt, means take some places, they always constantly you can see volcanic eruption. That is a volcanic eruption, active volcano. In the sense, we have an assumption that Cherrapunji, right, that is known for a rainfall. Our Karnataka Madikeri is known for rainfall. So we have a concept in our mind that Cherrapunji means there is always raining. Madikeri means always there is a raining, cloudy weather, cold, right? Such kind of a picture will come. So here, active volcano in the sense, children, they constantly means every time, every now and then we can get to see volcanoes. So that is the place where we can most expect the volcanoes. Example of such places is Pinatubo in Philippines, then Mount Stromboli in Italy. These two places are example for active volcanoes. So see, this is in a Philippines. This is the Pinatubo in a Philippines, somewhere here. Then Mount Stromboli in Italy. This is the mountain where we can see the volcanic eruption in somewhere in the particular part. Okay, dear children, these two slides for your reference. Then the third volcano is Mount Etna of Italy. This place, Mount Etna. This is a picture of Etna where you can get to see the volcanic eruption, active volcanic eruption. Then St. Helens of USA. This is a place of USA where is another example for an active volcano. Then another one is Hawaii Island is also another example for an active volcano. These are the names, children, which you can get in your textbook. They are given examples. So we may ask, a question may comes, give one or two examples for active volcano. You must ready to write. Clear, children? Give example for active volcano or give one or two examples for active volcano. What is constant or what is active volcano? Active volcano refers to where the place we can get to see constant volcanic eruption. Clear, children? Then the second type of a volcanic eruption was dormant volcanoes. What does it mean? These volcanoes are those which have erupted in the past and likely to erupt again but have remained inactive for a fairly long period. What does it mean? See, one side we learned active volcano. Active volcano in the sense we can suspect, we can surely tell that very soon there is going to be volcanic eruption. Whereas dormant volcano in the sense it has happened few years back, there is a volcanic eruption, and after few years, I can say 10 years back there is a volcanic eruption in place called A. Example I am telling children for a dormant eruption. In place called A, there is a 5 years back there is a volcanic eruption. After 5 years till now we have not seen any volcanic eruption, and maybe after 1 year or 2 years we may expect volcano there. Is it clear? Example is clear. 5 years back we have seen the volcanic eruption. In last 3 years we have not seen, and we are expecting after 2 years again in that place we may get the volcanic eruption. So on the basis of period or periodic basis we classify or we guess the volcanic eruption. Such type was dormant volcanoes. See here. See, the volcanoes are those which have erupted in the past, 5 years back example, erupted in the past and likely to be erupt again after 2 years or 3 years again that place may get volcanic eruption. So see, which have erupted in the past and likely to erupt again, it may after 2 or 3 years again, but have remained inactive for fairly long time. At present, 5 years back it has happened, after 2 years it may happen again, but at present it is inactive. See, but have remained inactive for long period. Means at present it is inactive, it not getting any eruption. But we can expect eruption after 2 years. That is a dormant volcanic eruption. Is it clear? Example, Mount Fujiyama in Japan. You may heard in Japan frequently get the earthquake as well as a volcanic eruption. Mount Fujiyama in Japan, Mount Krakatoa in Indonesia. See, this is the picture of Mount Fujiyama in Japan. Then Mount Krakatoa in Indonesia. Then in Italy, Mount Vesuvius. Clear? These are the examples. See, pictures are provided for your information, children. Slides are given for your information. Watch it. See these places with volcanic eruption. See the shape of the earth, where the narrow bend or the narrow opening of the earth take place, where all the volcanic eruption has been took place. See all the shape you observe here. These gases we can call it as a volcanic eruption. Here, see this picture gives you clear idea where we can get to see Krakatoa, where we can see volcanic eruption. Okay, now let's move on. The third type, first one is active volcano, second one is dormant volcano, and the third one is extinct volcano. See what the extinct volcano says. These were active in ancient, remote geological period and not likely to be active again, once again. Clear? Extinct volcano in the sense in the past, maybe in the period of a historic period, where example I can give pyramid. Okay, pyramid was constructed during the time of the Egyptian civilization which are active in that Egyptian civilization period now, which is not going to be active in the present 21st century, right? At present, Prime Minister is not going to be construct pyramid in India, right? So, extinct volcano is also same. The volcanic eruption we can see in the past, which has took place in the past, clear? Which has took place in the past, and there is no hope of getting the same volcanic eruption in the same place in the present or in the future. Is it clear? Is it clear? Extinct volcano in the sense the volcano took place in the past and there is no hope of getting same volcano in the same place either in the either in the present or in the past. I will repeat once again, children. See, a volcanic eruption took place in the past and there is no hope of getting same volcanic eruption in same place in the present or in the future. In the sense, there is no hope of volcanic eruption in the present as well as the future. That is a extinct volcano. So, example are Argentina example and Gorongo in Tanzania. These are the examples. Here you can see this large places which has got volcanic eruption in the past and there is no hope of getting same volcanic eruption in the present or in the future. So, we can remain peace. Clear? So, we have seen three types of the volcano, which is active volcano. Active volcano in the sense constantly getting the volcano. So, if any one or two places which is identified for a volcano, we can mostly expect there always we are getting a volcanic eruption. So, that place is not suitable for living of a human being. That is the active volcano. Whereas dormant in the sense it has took place in the past, at present it is constant, either in future we may get, expectation is there in the sense that we can expect a volcanic eruption in future but not in a present. Whereas extinct volcano is nil. In the sense we are surely tell that it has took place in the past and it not going to be erupt either in the present or in the future. That is a extinct volcanic eruption. Clear? Now, we are learned volcano, right children? But we are not sure that what are the material which will come out from the volcano. So, the volcanic eruption emit the material like solid. What are the solid forms which come from the volcanoes? Solid items or the solid chemical which come from the volcanoes are, see, volcanic bomb, then cinders and scoria, palm ice, dust and ashes which come in form of the solid form. Whereas volcano also emit liquid material such as lava. Mainly children, we have imagination of a volcano like a lava, right? Suppose if you ask what will come out of the volcano, you will say that is a lava. Lava will come out from the volcano. So, yes, the lava is a liquid material which comes out of the volcanoes. Whereas it also emit the gases. Which are the gases? Gases like sulfur, hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Combining all these three substances, the volcano will come out. That is solid, liquid minerals as well as a gas. See, volcanic eruption, volcanic bomb in the sense the noise which will occur during the time of a volcanic eruption. That is a volcanic bombs. Then palm ice, dust, ashes, all will come in form of a solid form. As a liquid, lava will emit and gases like sulfur, hydrogen and carbon dioxide, see, which is not at all suitable for a existence of a human being. See, any one item is there in this children? right? Is there any one item is there where we can say no, that will support the existence of a human being? No, not any one, not even a single mineral. So when volcanic eruption take place, it will empty, it will spoil the entire area till where the lava will flow. That will make the land as a what? Like a graveyard. We can see entire land will be burnt, which is not suited for cultivation or not suited for a living of a human being. You may have seen, right? Lava means it will flow like a fire, right children? You may have seen in the picture. Lava means semi-liquid form. Neither it is completely liquid like a water, nor it is completely solid like a ice. Semi-liquid. It was flowing. So that picture was still in your eyes, I guess, right children? That is a lava. Then next is, in which places distribution of a volcanoes we can see. Distribution of a volcanoes in island, Enfold mountain range and plateaus, most of the important region means the distribution of the volcanic eruption we can see. The first one is the circum-Pacific belt or Pacific ring of the fire, like the places called Philippines, Japan, USA, Central America, South America, where we can see the distribution of a volcano in a Pacific belt as well as in the Atlantic belt. The island like West Indies island, there also we can see. Whereas mid-continental belt, in the mid-continental belt, Italy, Spain, France, Greece and Turkey. There we can see the volcano. And most important island like Hawaii in Indonesia. These are the few places children where we can see distribution or we can expect the volcanoes like both active as well as the dormant volcanoes. This is up to a volcano. In the internal force, this is a volcano, types of a volcano, distribution of a volcano and the mineral which come out of the volcanoes are as follows. Then next one is earthquake. Earthquake, you know, right children? Every often we will get to hear earthquake because we have seen the causes of earthquake even in India also, because in your textbook some places of India has been mentioned for an example of a volcanic eruption. That is an extinct volcano. It may happen in the past but it is not active volcano. We are lucky that we had no active volcano. Suppose if we had the active volcano, even we have to what? We have to leave the place and we have to run in search of other place. But it was not luckily active volcano. Whereas earthquake means we are a part or we are a victim of an earthquake even in India also. Right? So what is the earthquake? Earthquake is also referred as one of the type of the internal forces which bring the changes on the crust, like a volcano. Even the earthquake which take the changes in interior of the earth which result on the surface of the earth. Earthquake usually we refer about children, it is a shaking of the earth, right? So see, earthquake is a shock. Earthquake is a shock or series of a shock or tremors due to the sudden movement of a crustal rock generated within the crust or a mantle. So have an imagination. Assume that you are clear with the shape of the earth, right? Earth is divided as a children. Understand, like a story I am telling. Leave this one, okay? The earth was made as a 3 cake. Earth as a one cake. In the 3 partition you will get to see. First one is what children? Crust, right? below that mantle, then the core. So the end of the crust, children, the end of the crust and the beginning of the mantle was considered as the asthenosphere, right? That I told in the last class. That end of the crust and the beginning of the mantle, there we can see the existence of a rock, right? Due to that rock, because all the rock are available in the mantle, in the beginning of a mantle as well as the end of the crust. So in the end of the crust as well as in the beginning of a mantle, there we get to see the rock plate, right? The stones are in form of the rock are in form of the plate. So children, when inside the earth, where that movement or the clashes of that plate, clashes of the plate which exist in the end of the crust as well as the mantle, when that plate crush each other, then the earthquake will take place. Is it clear? See, the earthquake is a shock or series of a shock or tremor due to the sudden movement. See, sudden movement of crustal rock. Crustal rock in the sense a solid rock which exists in the crust, generated within the crust, which existed in the end of the crust or in the mantle, that cause a earthquake. So the point of the origin of the earthquake in the interior is called as a seismic focus or hypocenter. So what is seismofocus? In the sense, assume that this is in the shape of the earth below, interior, where you can see crust, mantle and core. So when in the top, in the tip where earthquake will take place, in the tip of the earthquake was considered as a seismic focus or hypocenter. Clear? See, the point of the origin, the original point where earthquake will generate, original point, in the sense starting point, the point of the origin of the earthquake in the interior, not on the surface, children, interior, inside the earth, which earthquake will take place, that starting point was called as a seismic focus or hypocenter. So I will read once again. The point of the origin or the earthquake in the earth interior, this you remember, earth interior is called seismic focus or epicenter. So children, keep it in mind, we are referring what? Internal forces which cause the changes on the earth, right? So even the volcano which take place inside the earth and which will come out, and even the earthquake which take place inside the earth which is in the crust, and that was called as the earthquake, and the top or the beginning of the earthquake is called as a seismofocus or hypocenter, and the point of the earth surface vertically above the seismic focus is called as a epicenter. So I told the origin of a earthquake is called as a seismofocus, and the earthquake always take in form of the vertical in the sense straight line, that straight center, or which was called as a epicenter. See, because the earthquake will take vertically above the seismic focus, means the shape or the vibration which take vertically, and that vertical shape is called as a epicenter. Children, till now it is enough, because I explained you volcano, types of a volcano and the material which come out of the volcano, and I little bit introduced about earthquake. Remaining part I will explain in the next class. Till then children, read your textbook and underline the important things which I told, because it will come for one more question, children. I will meet you with the same topic in the next class. Till then, take care. See you, children.